Yo, what is good? It's my anniversary. What is good? Yo, Fire Force is truly amazing, people. I don't know what you have heard, but after seeing not only this way of pushing your limits to the absolute, Uh, I really think we're in for something stupid crazy because this blue flame is not only animated super sick, but it gives me the feeling that if mastered, not even mastered, I guess, because they're calling it push to your limits, so it feels like they're pretty much putting it in a category where you can't just start to practice with that flame. It's something that you just kind of feel uh, at the end of your lifespan, like you're about to die. Which here, this is the one thing I will say about this week's episode that was weak, is they didn't even let Arthur showcase anything, right? Like we're just supposed to think that Arthur did it, right? Like they didn't give us a actual showcase of him and what he was seeing. So I will say that was the most annoying part. Uh, Especially after putting them in the same dire situations or like restraints as uh sorry, I'm focused on winning now. The same dire restraints as Shinra, and then you're telling me nothing came out of it. It didn't make sense to me. So that that being said, I am definitely interested in how people are perceiving and taking this story in the grand scheme of, are you happy with how this season comes to an end in the grand scheme of uh, not only is he learning something new, but the opener, for some reason, or maybe I'm still skeptical of openers, but geez, every car in my neighborhood just showed up. I'm sorry. Every car is like, yo, we're here. Uh, I don't know if I'm just skeptical, but these songs usually have some meanings in them that I like to stay away from. And one of them was Shinra rushing at the number one captain. And it could be interpreted, taken in two ways. He's coming at the number one captain about the fight, or maybe he's coming for the number one captain in his rank of them being number one and actually showcasing that the eighth is truly capable of being up top and being close to the number one spot. So why am I fighting two losses back to back? What? Huh? Um, so these are the types of stuff that give you these instances where not only is Shinra stronger for what he's learned, but he's also in a position where anything he continues to kind of push forward and get at the end of his trail from these other captains, that he could have learned something from the people who got a link. Sure, he couldn't really figure out from one of them, but the other ones could have maybe taught him something. So the people with marks are already marked for targets, and we already saw a couple of these white cloud get taken out, so it's not surprising that the next targets are the people we got these instances of and we've seen a little bit. So I am very interested to see who's actually going to be able to make it out of this alive, because it's questionable, right? It's pretty questionable. I don't know if everybody is going to make it out the way that they, well, the way I see it, I guess you could say. But if they do, and if it is possible, it will be it will be expected of the eighth. I don't know who else is gonna make it. I feel like all the fire Fire Force people have marks on their heads. They can easily die. And if they do die, it's just gonna make these characters stronger. Like, look how easily they did in a captain over what? To prove that one of the clad members are actually strong? Like, I get that, but to think he didn't even get the fight back kind of blows my mind the way that uh, they just couldn't figure out. But by the scene, there was no struggle. There was no one that really came in there and did any type of fighting. And those chains and stuff were actually there because he has those. Whips and chains may hurt him. But yeah, everything I am seeing has been interesting as a whole, but trust me, I'm still losing my mind over what we see with Shinra and what it even means at the end of the day because I am 100% sure that this power is why the captain who's training them can do even what he does. And I'll say this for the end. He's brutal, man. That dude is absolutely brutal. I could not believe how much he absolutely beat the crap out of them, man. I love I love the way Arthur is kind of just in the background sometimes during the fight, and then instead of them just running over and hitting them, and that be kind of he's like standing there and getting hit isn't doing. It's like you're still pretty much quitting. So even when he thought his pride was in check, he is literally gets slapped right back down to the ground. So Fire Force is over for now, and I don't think anybody um, predicted how ridiculously dope this new power Shinra's tapped into. The only problem is his brother has just been entered back into the fray, which kind of makes more sense why this power is the way it is, right? Why this thing popped up out of thin air is, oh, he literally is going to need it because his brother is a monster. So, very, very interesting. I hope you guys are having a good one. I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. With all that being said, take care and peace.